7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
For the National Outlook with GHK Lall, 22nd of February 2021.
Good morning and a pleasant beginning to the week as we start out this Monday's edition of the National Outlook, Monday, February 22nd. Yes, tomorrow is a holiday, Mashramani, but today we have to work. And the Monday 22nd edition of the National Outlook on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. We start with the sobering. Quote, action intended to discourage violators. The Ethnic Relations Commission calls on Guyanese to avoid making racially insensitive statements. Yes, they're happening. Yes, they're not happening as much as in March, April, May, June, July. But here it is, 5 months after. Good morning and a pleasant beginning to the week as we start out this Monday's edition of the National Outlook, Monday, February 22nd. Yes, tomorrow is a holiday, Mashramani, but today we have to work. And the Monday 22nd edition of the National Outlook on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. We start with the sobering. Quote, action intended to discourage violators. The Ethnic Relations Commission calls on Guyanese to avoid making racially insensitive statements. Yes, they're happening. Yes, they're not happening as much as in March, April, May, June, July. But here it is, 5 months after the declaration and the swearing in of a new government on August 2nd. In December, we had three persons. In January, 4. And in February, about midway, we had another one who were charged for exciting hostility or ill will on the grounds of race. They were charged under the Racial Hostility Act. Now, 5 of them have pleaded guilty and they were fined. Now, I would have liked to know more how much they were fined. If they were fined $5,000, then that's useless, that's meaningless. It means that they will go somewhere else and do the same thing, or that others will be encouraged to smirk and scorn whatever fine was meted out. I think we need to know the amount of fines. If you've published the people's names, and I think, yes, and you've published the people's names, then we need to know a little bit more, a little detail about what the charges, behind the charges, and how much they were fined. For that fine to be meaningful, for it to be a deterrent, I think it's got to start from the vicinity of $20,000. I think $50,000 and $100,000 is too much for a first offense, but between $20,000 and $30,000 is a good start, is a good enough warning, is more than a slap in the wrist, and it says, hey, let's cease and desist from this kind of nonsense, this kind of inciting and instigating behavior that troubles us. Having said that, there's the fear that when we charge people and we publicize their names, sometimes even their photographs, what we do, they learn a lesson part way. By that I mean that they go underground. The combustion and the incendiary goes privately. And there it can be even more dangerous because of its very stealthy nature. So listen, my fellow Guyanese, let's be honest with ourselves. Racial hostility in this country is not going to disappear overnight. It's going to take a long time. And unless we are serious, each one of us, in doing our part, in fulfilling our rights and observing our rights, demanding them, whilst being responsible enough to fulfill our responsibilities as citizens under the Constitution, then we are spinning our wheels. We have to do both rights and the responsibilities that go with them. And that says, do not engage in language or conduct or postures or contributions that are hostile to the interests of others who may be from a different race. And we know where our racial cauldron is in this country. Until the next time, tomorrow's holiday, this is GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for joining us on the National Outlook.